Hello. Ah, crap. Once again. No, it's got to go this way. Sorry. And that. You all right with you guys? Just trying to do this here real quick. There you go. Sorry guys. Hold on a sec. Get yourself ready. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining. Doing a story for once with the New York BJJ Yoga Festival Instagram feed. Cool. All right, that's live. YouTube's live. Great. So, who am I? Joe Notebaert. I'm the head instructor of New York BJJ on the island of Mallorca in Spain. See the shirt indicates there. This class is basically it's called BJJ Gains. It's called BJJ Gains because it's designed for gaining some skills while we're in lockdown and you don't have a partner. So that's basically the fundamental piece of it, right? And so the actual workout's about 30 minutes. It's not like a light to intermediate workout, but they're moves that you really want to gain in while you have this time off, right? So you're really looking to get about 15 or 20%. Assuming you do 30 to 40 classes, you get 15 to 20% more fluidity with the mat, right? That's a big important part. More explosion, like with bridges and things like that. And so we're really looking at taking what we can do and making them better, so when we get back to a live person on the mat we roll, we have those skills and we're better at those. I mean, fluidity with the mat is kind of the secret to grappling. Really, it allows you to work better on the mat. And you might as well use this time wisely instead of saying, practicing a bunch of moves or going down the YouTube rabbit hole of trying to figure out leg locks or some fancy move that you need a partner with. So we're going to work on grappling with the mat, connecting with the mat, okay, or the floor, all right? So first, quick shout out to our sponsor, GreenStem CBD. They've got all the best CBD products. If you use the recover code Recover30, you get 30% off. That's ridiculously crazy cheap. They've got everything: gummies, muscle rubs, all that kind of thing. GreenStem CBD, check them out. The news, I always like to do the good news of the day, of course. The first bit of good news is that the festival here in Mallorca, October 13th for 5 days, which is Jiu-Jitsu and yoga all day. Clark Gracie, Dan Strauss, Kick-Ass Yoga, everything will be here. And so far it's a go, and we're coming out with some new sort of flexible terms just because given the uncertainty of the world. That way you can book knowing that if something happens, if there's another outbreak or something and everything gets canceled, you're okay. Also, airline tickets will probably be the same. They're all going to be fully refundable. And it could be pretty cheap given the glut in oil. You might be able to fly from the States or Australia for under $500 is what they're saying. Anyway, and they're going to want to spark up that industry, right? So they're going to want to get butts in the seats. So that's the first bit of good news. Second bit of good news. This is a really great story. Basically, if you don't know, well, I don't know, I didn't know, but in 1847, during the Irish potato famine, the Irish had come to America, and the Choctaw, Oklahoma Native Americans had heard that they were having a famine, and they gathered up $170. At the time, it's worth about $5,000 now. That's all they had. I mean, these are people that had just gotten kicked off their land and pushed onto a reservation. They'd already gone through a lot of suffering themselves, but they raised $170 and sent it to Ireland back in 1847. Anyway, Ireland is repaying the debt now, and they've got a GoFundMe page for the Native Americans there. That's actually the Navajo and Hopi, which are a few states over, but nevertheless. And they've raised $2.7 million because they're suffering pretty greatly, I guess, from the virus. Anyway, there's one quote: "Ours is a debt that can never be repaid." This is from an Irish person. Replied, "Repaid, but please consider this a small token of love and solidarity from your Irish brothers and sisters." I think that's a really cool thing. 170 years later, there's a connection between the Irish and these Native American tribes. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll get right back in. We'll get right into the workout here. I'll cut it down. The actual workout's about 30 minutes. And these are techniques that you just want to do every day. A lot of them are designed to get you connected again with the mat. Also, some of them are maintenance, designed for maintenance, okay? So I'll explain more as we go along. All right, let's go. We're gonna start off with just anytime you come to the jiu-jitsu class, you can just roll, right? This is kind of waking your back up to the ground. You'll roll and relax your spine as you roll. Back to the left to right, left side, and right side, left side, right side. Good. Another one you want to do is neck twist. Now again, a lot of these exercises might feel like, oh, it's a warm-up. Oh, who wants to do warm-ups? Warm-ups are boring. I want to get to rolling. I want to spar. No. Look at this with like have purpose when you do all this stuff, okay? Anyway, neck, right? We're gonna go left to right, ears to shoulder like this. Start moving it. Head off the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to do this every day. 7, 8, 9, 10. Because 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your head up because your neck, building the muscles around your neck column will keep you from getting injured or help you from getting injured. 1. Let's go left to right, looking left to right, so twisting for the mobility. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't put your head down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. That's something you do every day. That'll give you just enough to strengthen the muscles around the neck column. Look, sometimes when you're passing guard, a knee hits you funny, or you fall down funny. Sometimes you're posting on your head. That muscle support might make the difference between a little disc slipping out or not. Okay? It really will. Okay, good. Let's look at the forward checkup, just like this, right? We've got to have this mobility in our legs. All right, look, this is, if you want to know, this is butterfly X. This is regular butterfly guard. Butterfly X, regular butterfly X. Doesn't matter, do them any way you want, but we're coming up like this. 1. Roll up on your, I'm not going to count, but roll up on your ankle here, right? So you come up. If you need to use your hands to come up, that's fine too. But this is a movement you really want to get. I've got a right angle here, right? And I'm coming up into what's called combat base. Right? It's the beginning of sort of a knee slice, knee cut type thing. And it offers some defense. Right? But a lot of people you might be able to come down and sit on your leg here, okay? But you need to. You need to get to that point, right? So you need to follow another workout that's going to wake up those legs and get to the point where you can do that. Let's go to the other side. Right? The ability to stand up like this is just very important in scrambles type thing. You get swept, you got to be able to get back up without using your hands. It's just a way to do that. Good. Keep going. More. Good. Let's look at the technical stand, right? You use that, like the Diaz brothers are quite famous for doing it. They get knocked down. They're still getting their wits about them. You have to get up the right way. So this is more self-defense based. But look, right hand down, left foot down, whichever side you want, it doesn't matter. But it's this concept of opposite side limbs, okay? And there's this pulling legs through and pulling legs through concept. You're going to see that throughout this workout. So we come up to here. That's how you stand up because our eyes are on our opponent, right? 2, 3. So we're pulling the leg through. 4. Right? You get your wits, you get knocked down, you get your wits about you, and then you can stand back up. Should you want to? The Diaz brothers, nobody ever wants to go in their guard, so they usually let them stand up. Which isn't a good idea either. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Technical stand. Let's look at bridges. We're really going to spend a lot of time bridging here. Bridging is a really important, under-practiced technique. Most time it's in the warm-up, people do it, and it's just like, oh, let's just get this over with, right? But let's just talk about the bridge here. It is a way to protect yourself from getting in bad positions. It's a way of getting your guard back.
Why not get 15 or 20% better at something like that, right? Where you're harder to hold, 15 or 20% harder to hold down than you were before. That's what this is about. So for the sake of the drill, we're putting our feet by our butt, right? That's going to give us range. It's all about getting our hips as high as we can, okay? For the sake of the drill, the first drill, we're just coming straight up, and we're going over our shoulder, and we're reaching over, right? And we're really trying to just start going here. I'm not counting, but we're trying to get our hips high. So really concentrate on how high are my hips going, right? Are they coming up high? Am I getting up on my toes, right? And you can put more pressure on your head, the better. The more powerful the bridge will be, right? So you're using your neck and the back of your head to really create some propulsion, some force, explosion. You're going to be exploding off of somebody, right? Bop. Hips up. Hips up. Keep going, right? Now you're working grappling muscles. If you're going to do a 30-minute workout, why would you run? There's no running in jiu-jitsu. You want to do movements that are on the ground. It's not going to replace sparring, that's for sure, but it's a little more on those lines, right? Keep going. Hips up. How high can you get them? Okay, let's take it a step further. Imagine, listen to that for now, that somebody's in mount. This is a horrible position for me. I need to bridge out with some explosion. I'm going to trap an arm. I'm going to bridge out over to my knee by stepping over. Watch. Bridge. I'm bridging hard. And then I step over. Right? So now you've stepped over, and now you're in their closed guard. Good. Again. Look. Bridge. I'm on my knees. Right? Move this. Keep doing it. Here. Bridging up and then stepping over. Keep going. Bridge. Step over. And now you're in their closed guard, which is a lot better than being in the mount. Bridge. Step over. Right? Bridge. Step over. Now add a little pop to it. Pop out. Pop over. Put your head. Pop out. Pop out. Right? With a bridge, when you're defending and you're in a bad position, you may only have one chance, and it might be your last round of energy that you have in the chamber, okay? So you have to make, it has to be sudden, quick, and explosive. And then you can get out, maybe get back to your guard or some sort of scramble. Here, good. Now we're gonna add a roll to it, right? So this would be more if we were defending a pass, let's say, and we decided to bridge out. Okay, we're gonna bridge out, okay, like we just did. Except when we go to our knees, assuming you're where the pressure's coming, I'm gonna roll right over my shoulder. In place if I can. Bridge, and then roll over the shoulder. The rolling over the shoulder part, do this as I talk, has a lot to do with when somebody's threatening your back, so they don't have the hooks in yet, but they're trying to get grips, controlling your neck or controlling your hips, and they want to get their feet or hooks in, take your back, but like you're the pressure, the pressure's coming from where you are, right? Look, when I roll into them, then they run right into my tailbone, right? So it's a form of guard retention. We'll cover later. So keep bridging. Nice, big, on your tippy toes bridge. Step over. And then roll. This is fluidity with the mat. Step over. Roll. Right? Good. Now, we're going to add an armbar escape to the bridge. Hitchhiker escape. This is a little bit of technique here. Push this down a bit. So, we're on our back. They've mounted us. That's not good. Before we're able to try and attempt to bridge, they've managed to hook our arm, and they're falling. Imagine their back is towards you, right? And they're falling back with my arm here, right? So now their head would be pointing at you. And they're about to armbar me because my thumb's up. Okay, so remember, when you're on your back, and they're pulling you for an armbar here, they're falling back with the arm. You've got about a half a second, not even that, a quarter of a second, before they straighten that arm and you're going to tap. So as it's coming down, we have to start turning our thumb to our head. Why? Because that's going to create enough bend in here just to keep that arm, the elbow from locking, right? Once that's pointing towards my head, I'm going to dive this hand under my body. I'm going to bridge, and step over and drive in, okay? This is the hitchhiker escape. I'm on my back. He's pulling the arm back, turn towards my head, bridge, come over, drive in. I'll show you what it looks like from this side. Got my arm. As the arm's coming down, I'm turning my thumb towards my head and immediately bridging. But watch this arm under here. This has to shoot under me, right? So I'm bridging. It's just a bridge. I'm bridging, but stepping over, and I'm able to drive through. I'm going to drive into them. And if I manage to turn over, worst case is I end up in their open guard. Best case is I passed, which is very possible. Or I got the side control. I don't know if it'll count as a pass, actually. It depends on what their guard is like. Look, so that comes out. Let's keep doing this. Try to tuck under, step over. Hitchhiker escape. Keep doing it both sides. You go for the arm, turn the thumb towards your head, over. That's it. Arms coming down. Don't keep that thumb up. Step over. It's just a bridge. That's all it is. You're driving into them after. It's got to be quick. As that arm's coming down, they're going to go. It's going to be fast. You're straight out and coming out. This is a movement you got to have. All right? Let's keep doing it. Come out. Comes out. Over the shoulder, and I'm driving into them now. Okay? Good. It's all from bridging. It's all from bridging. There's so much in bridging. You know, you come in, good wrestlers come in the gym, they don't know any jiu-jitsu. They're hard to hold down. You know, even if they've only done one class. You have to beat them in other ways, but they're fun to try and hold down anyway. Those are really good because it bridges. They bridge so much. It's a skill set we have to have. Remember, wrestling and judo, all grappling is all in jiu-jitsu anyway. So jiu-jitsu is all everything. There's no, you know, there's nothing in judo and wrestling that isn't in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So, at least I can think of anyway. So let's look at the one thing you won't see in judo or wrestling is the shrimp, the gamba, the prawn, whatever you want to call it. It's this hip escape movement. We're going like this. You wouldn't see it in those sports because being on your back is not something that was not part of their sport, really. Well, judo originally was, but really does it. Definitely not in wrestling. But let's just start doing this. We want to make this really nice and good. What are my hands doing, right? Well, let's talk about my hips first. My hips are moving out of the way, now they're coming back. Out of the way, right? And my hands, that's the secret. It's a good frame. Boom, right in your face. Boom in your shoulder. Boom in your face again. Grabbing your wrist, one in the face. It's allowing me to get space here. But the hands, don't forget the hands. Right? If you're coming from below, I might be pushing your face right here. I'm pushing your face there. Oh, one in the face, one in the shoulder, right in the forehead. Right? So whatever it is that's slowing you down. Usually not on their hip. If you frame on their hip, they might roll it. Your wrists. Good, keep going. Fluidity here. How smooth are you? Okay. Yeah. Let's throw some guard retention in with this. Let's assume our legs are thrown to the side. I'm now going to turn towards the pressure, right? Framing. Look, I've moved my hips over to here, which allows this top leg to come in, grab something, and reset the guard. Legs over. There we go. Legs over. Framing, hips out, bring the top leg in, reset the guard. Okay? With beginners, just keep doing this. Top leg over. I'm a huge believer in trying to get them to understand the concept first. We're just starting out of just how to play a retentive guard. Right? And really go into sparring with how can I make my match with my opponent a 0-0 game. You don't have to score. Just don't get scored on. Just be defensive. Right? Because objective one of playing guard is not getting past. Okay? 2 and 3 objective would be look for sweeps and submissions as they present themselves. But it's much easier to see all that when your guard is involuntary. You start defending naturally, okay? Then the sweeps and the submissions come easier. So look at it from that perspective. Let's look at another way of guard retention. This is assuming our legs have been thrown over this way. You're penetrating, from your point of view, is penetrating into my back. You're about to secure a really good position for yourself. I'm going to continue onto my knees like I'm turtling, but I'm going to roll then. Watch. Knees, but I'm going to roll. And you run right into my guard. Legs over this way. Look, up on my shoulder. There. Fall to the side. Come up on your shoulder and roll. Now, I'm not going to count. Just use your space. Start rolling around. This is why they say jiu-jitsu is rolling. I say let's roll, because what are we doing? We're rolling, right? This is a fundamental movement that you need with the mat. You want to play a good defensive guard. It's this movement, right? Imagine you're the pressure. You're about to penetrate into my back and secure something. I'm coming up, and you're gonna run right into my tailbone. Hopefully your face runs right into my tailbone. Right? That's the idea. But keep moving around your space. Notice the toes, how they're active with the mat here. That matters. Part of this class has a lot to do. I'll talk a lot about the toes and how the toes are connecting with the mat. That's like the rudder of a boat. Okay? Good. One more, and then we'll have a drink of water. Let's talk about just an inversion. This again is just a technique for going upside down. We're gonna tuck like a diver. We're going right over the shoulder to the other side. Okay. Again, this is a movement you really need, right? For guard retention. If I'm playing a guard and you're coming this way, I can just step over. Look, that foot right there just blocked you. Maybe caught onto something. I can still attack upside down, reverse under inverted triangles, but then I can follow you all the way if I need. Also, if they want to get into designer variable attacks, it's based on this. Now, if you're having trouble doing that, you can do the easy version, which is just roll it on your back for now. So go like this. Watch. That's the easy version. Just rolling on your back. Rolling on your back, yeah? And as you get a little better with it, you can attempt to get up on your shoulders and balance on the shoulders and come over. You don't want to hurt your neck, though. That's why it's a little bit neat. Take some time. Take some time. Don't worry, it's not something you get on the first day. Have some water? Have some water. Let's talk about, let's do it, actually, the switching. Switching is sort of a transitional technique. Some people call it a hip out, sit out. Basically, we're going back to this opposite side hand. Like, remember we did the technical stand? 1, 2, like that, right? Remember that? We're using that same movement, except we're pulling it through. So we're going to be here for the sake of the drill. We'll be on our hands and knees. Okay, and look, just stepping through this way. Pop the head back a little bit this way. I'll explain that in a minute. But look at my feet. They're about to turn into the mat at my knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really building our wrists here. Our wrists are getting comfortable posting, and our legs, our feet, we're trying to touch the floor and the mat here to really sort of become fluid with it, become one with it. Right? So that we're able to move with it, yeah? And this is not that difficult, but you are feeling your heart rate go up a little bit by doing this movement, but it's applicable to grappling. Okay, good. Now we're going to add another feature to it. Add another feature to it, and that's we're going to go all the way through. Okay, so we're on our hands and knees like this, and we're going to step through with a switch. Here we go. Step through like this, and then step the leg over. 1, 2, and get this. Look, as you're stepping through, pop your head back, so that bumps them that way because they're on top of you, and hopefully you bump this way, and then you can step around. The switch is used from a few different places, usually from north-south when they're on top of you and you're internal, right? So let's add another feature to it. They're on top of us. Their chest is on our neck. They've probably got both their arms wrapped around our waist. Okay, we're on our elbows now. Elbows. Okay, I'm going to reach across this way and grab their far side leg with the pants, or just hook their leg. And watch, stepping through, bucking them as hard as I can, and coming around hopefully for their back. All right, on the elbows. Through. Good. Switching out, get our hips out, we're running. Look, we're basically running sideways. Look, I'm running sideways. That's what's happening. And I'm popping out from under them. This is a move in jiu-jitsu that's not so much finesse, it's just really sudden and explosive. Now, you may end up taking their back in the riding position, or you may end up in a scramble, or you may end up just driving through them and end up in their guard. Okay? Either way, better than when you're in this position, your neck's in trouble because they could start attacking your neck with a guillotine system, or they can roll around your back. So immediately when you're here, we're stepping out, pop, and we're coming out immediately. Okay? Give that the switch. Switch to the back, right? Good. Let's look at rolling hips or swiveling hips, right? So we're going into passing now, right? One of the principles in jiu-jitsu is if you're able to control your opponent's hips, then you're going to really slow them down. You're going to put them on their back foot. Their ability to advance is going to be stifled, right? So vice versa, as you're passing, you want to keep your hips a target that's moving, like you got a gun and you can't, so if you keep them swiveling and moving, they're hard to grab onto, okay? So let's look at the drill and how that would work. Basically back step and insteps. Let's start off first with just on our hands and knees. And we're going to back step first. So we're here, and I'm just going to back step this way. So I'm moving my body over there. So this way, step that way, back step the other way, right? We're really trying to get our range here. Our eyes are going forward. We're still attacking this way, but we're moving our hips around, right? Go the other side. Back step, back step, back step. You can use the back step to move the hips, so they're hard to track onto, but you can also slam them down. Imagine somebody's got a triangle on your leg, okay? And you just want to step out but smash it down. Watch. Step, slam the legs, and come back to the knees to pass. Here we go. Slam the hips down. It's about half your body weight. Bah! Right on their guard. It's just going to smack their shins, their knees, their ankles, whatever's there. Trying to hold on, it'll pop it right off. Back step, slam, back to the knees. Back step, slam, back to the knees. Now that's the back step. You can also instep, right? We were just back. We were swiveling our hips this way to go that way. We can also go this way. Let's try that. Instep. Instep. Look how the I'm starting to slide along the mat. We need our toes. Look at the toes interacting with the mat. We go instep. Right? Use my hips. They're instepping in. So here, instep. Here, instep. Instep. Got that? Back step and instep. Same thing with the instep. We can smash it down. If something's holding on to it, smash it down. It pops it off. Watch. Smash down. Come back up. Go, smash down, come back up. Smash down, come back up. Right? We're just popping off anything that's trying to hang on to those legs, which is a way of controlling our hips inadvertently. Right? Smash it down. Okay, let's put it together. Right? Now, you wouldn't smash sometimes with these step overs because maybe you want to move your hips around the person. So let's do this. Let's do an instep with a back step. Let's mix it. Watch. Instep, back step. Full 360 degrees. Instep, back step. Instep, back step. Instep, back step. Let's try an instep, back step smash. Instep, back step smash. Let's try a back step smash and then an instep. Back step smash to break it, and instep in to pass. Right? Now, you can interchange those however you want. So you're passing left, you're passing right. Your hips are going in, instepping, you're outstepping. A hard target to catch onto. Meanwhile, you pass. Well, they're trying to lock down. Let's look at how it works in a more real situation. I'm in their half guard. I'm reaching under their head. This far arm is reaching under, and I've cupped their shoulder, so I've got the underhook. I'm squeezing, but my legs aren't through the guard. My top part is, my legs aren't. Look, on my toes, I'm going to peel that leg off, right? That half guard. Step out. And I pass. Try it again. Peel it off with one leg. The other leg, step out, slam if you want, and you close the guard, or you close the cycle. Try the other leg. Peel, back step, and you begin on your knees. Peel, back step. Okay, let's try the instep. Look, peel, instep slam. You pass. Peel it off. You've almost got it off. Back. Slam that down. Ouch. Huh? Won't hurt him that bad. Don't worry. Other side. Peel it off. All right. So you may want to use it to initially peel, slam it, get up, and then back step out to go all the way around their head to the other side of the side control. Super important for passing. Think about that when you're passing, about rolling those hips. Look, last thing before I'll get off the hips. Imagine this cup spinning. If my hand touches the cup while it's spinning, it comes off, see? If it stays still, it can stick. That's basically why rolling hips are important. It's hard to grab onto because things just roll off it. Good. So let's look at the an exercise that works on the fluidity with our legs to the mat. Okay, we're in the open butterfly guard, whether it's butterfly X or regular. We're coming up in that tech stand or tech up, but then look, I'm coming straight down to an S mount. Yeah, this is an S mount. Now I'm taking this leg and I'm putting it in front of me, and then I'm going to come down the other side. Now, if you need to use your hands, that's fine too, just to get going. You can use your hands. That's helping you be aware of the mat anyway. You know, you might have to use your hands. But if you can do it without your hands, even better, but do it both ways. This is kind of a test to see where your flexibility is in your legs. If you're not able to do this very easily, you want to start concentrating on some yoga workouts or some specialists that specialize in really opening up the hips, the knees, and everything. Because look what's happening here. Look at all the parts of my legs that are touching the mat, right? We evolved to walk on the bottoms of our feet only. But here we're using our legs to sort of slither, to move on the mat in a different way. Okay? Every part of my legs is touching the mat at some point. It's touching it, and it's feeling it, and it's creating a memory to move. So why is this important? If you're in a scramble or you get swept, you need to get back up quick. Whoever has more fluidity to be able to get back up, the person that's going to win the position. So this is ability to move on our legs without using the bottoms of the feet. Of course, we're using it at some point. My feet are on the bottom there. The toes, everything's engaging with the mat. Good. So that's something you want to work on. Last one before we have a water. Most important technique in self-defense, in my opinion. If I could only teach one, if you could only teach one self-defense technique, it would be the wrestling shot. Okay? Well, it's a jiu-jitsu shot too, because that's how Wade Gracie won all those matches when he first came in. It was mainly this takedown. Look, knees are here. They're both coming straight down. And then up. Now, if you've got a yoga mat and it's not so hot, soft, you can use your hands. Watch. Come down, use your hands. That's fine too. What's more important is the footwork. Right? Yeah? Get the footwork. Now, this is one of those moves. If you even want to get slightly good at it first, you need to do 10,000 of them. Right? So if you've done this class, so far, I think you've probably done a couple thousand by now. You just get better and better at it as you keep going. A secret to getting good at these is just strong legs, right? Use your hands if you need to. Well, we come down, we get two legs. Stand up, dump them. That's a double leg. We come down, pick up an ankle. That's a single leg. The same shot, we duck dive around and come around the back. There's suplex. Okay? This footwork is very important. Because the jiu-jitsu is kind of useless if you don't get your partner to the ground, your opponent. Right? They're going to be throwing punches. You're coming in, you're grabbing, you're dumping. Once you get them down, they're yours. Right? That risky part is in the transition to get them down. Right? Keep on. Right? Good. All right, have some water. Strong legs. We've got about 10 more minutes. We're going to pick it up with some traditional exercises. But really, if you want to get good at those wrestling shots, you want to have strong legs. So we're just going to do exercises that concentrate on that, some core, and the back for armbar finishing. Then we end it with the stretching part. You don't have to stay for that. Maybe you already do another yoga routine, but it's designed on jiu-jitsu
hip focused stretching. So here we go.
On our back. For those that are beginners, you only need to do this. Just try and lock a triangle. That's all you're doing is you're putting one leg under the ankle. We don't have to get it perfect right now for the sake of the program. But everybody else, feet are out 2 inches above the mat. Hands here, other side. Come on. We're locking it up high. 1, 2. Trying to twist our hips at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Twist those hips to the top. 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, use a technical stand to stand up. Okay. Now we're going to get in our wrestling jiu-jitsu / position. Over here. In judo, you probably wouldn't be sitting like this. Anyway, we're going to start our squats here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe pick up an ankle. 5, right there. 6, 7. You can pick up and stand with it right here. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9. If you want to get good at wrestling shots, it's about the legs. This movement, this exercise right now we're doing, is a way to get good at that. If you're sloppy or stiff at it, it's because you need to strengthen your legs and make them more flexible. Okay, 2, 1, and we'll end it with a shot. Other side, other foot forward. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9. Pick an ankle. 8. It's right there. 7. Stand up with it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hit it with a shot. Good. Regular squats, legs and lungs. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot. Good. Down on the ground for push-ups. Do them on your knees if you need to finish the reps, but just try and get them in, right? Or regular. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. That's 30. Now we're going to do armbar finishers, right? If we're finishing arm bars that aren't so technically sound, we've got to go for it. This is the muscle groups that's going to help. Arms out. We're using our butt and our lower back here. Okay? Superman's basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arch. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try to get those knees off the ground. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24. Now on 25, we're going to do 5 seconds. Put your hands here like you've got an arm bar or an E-bar. You're holding the leg or arm here. Knees together. That's one of the secrets to getting a good arm bar. And we're going to arch back as hard as we can for 5 seconds. Going for broke. Ready? Set. Go. Arch. There you go. Water. So that last one, you're kind of holding your breath, right? Like you're doing a world record deadlift, essentially, for 5 seconds. It's the arm bar, the knee bar is not quite on, but you don't have time to adjust. Too risky to adjust. You just got to squeeze your knees and just good old-fashioned power, okay? So by doing that, every day, you're going to build the muscles in your backside that are going to allow you to get more range and bend and power. And should you not finish it, quicker recovery. That exercise. Ready? One more set, and then we'll go to stretching. If you want to stay for that. Go, Marna. Back. Get our legs out, and triangles up high. 1, 2, twisting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Technical stand up. All right, good. In the jiu-jitsu position, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's pick an ankle. 8. There it is. 8. Pass it to the other hand. You're passing it to the other hand, standing up with it. See, kick out the other leg. Stand up. All right, good. Keep going. Number on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do a shot. Ready? Good. Let's go. Other foot forward. 1, 2. All the standing grappling stuff, whether it's judo, wrestling, or jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? Or MMA for that matter. It's the legs that you're going to be successful in those areas. Right? So if you want an explosive wrestling shot, you need strong legs. Right? And these are the kind of exercises you would do. This is it. Just get strong legs. And just do the shot over and over again, like we did earlier. 3 more. 1, 2. Let's finish with the shot. Here we go. Good. Regular squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick a side. Shot. Right. Down those push-ups. 30 push-ups. Immediately. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. On our stomach. Finish those arm bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Big deep breath. We're going for gusto. Hands here, knees together. Okay, you can cross your legs if you want. Big breath. And we're giving it 5 seconds to finish the arm bar that's not so perfect. Ready? Get set. Go. Good. Right. It's that last little bend that'll get them to tap. And if you hold on for just a few more seconds, they'll tap. Good. Okay, so that concludes the conditioning part. If you want to stay with me, I'm going to do 2-minute stretches in the groin. Okay, so 4 stretches of 2 minutes each. And it's kind of a nice little wind down. Let me get the timer. And you can join with me if you like. So, cancel. Okay, I started it. Weak side forward if you got a weak side. All right. Those of you who just joined us for the first time, we try and start the splits with our weak side and give it an extra 10 seconds, and then I'll start the timer. And I'll explain more as we go along here. I'm going to start the timer now. That's it. And this is my bad side. It's not as flexible as you can see. Pretty high here. And it's really, so what we're doing is, now that we're warmed up, we're trying to concentrate on parts of jiu-jitsu, of flexibility that are applicable to jiu-jitsu, right? So we know if you've ever passed a difficult guard, not only they might be experienced and all that, but I've seen guys come in with no experience, traditional training, but they got extreme flexibility in their hips, and they're able to get a pretty good defensive guard right away because they have the ability to pull their leg and cut you off from different angles. Okay, so remember, a flexible guard is a good guard. So if you did this every day with us, and you managed to get 20% more range in your flexibility with your hips, then that means your guard, just from the defensive aspect of it, or at least the physical side of it, will get 20% better. Maybe you'll make that reach with the leg that you wouldn't before, and you're able to cut that pass off, right? So that's what this is. Now, 7 or 8 years ago, I went through a period where I went crazy with this flexibility on the hips, and I was almost doing the splits then, and I haven't been keeping up with it. But then I got injured pretty quickly, and I talked to a physiotherapist about it, and he said it was because I was making flexible my hips only, but not the rest of my body, so there's a misconnect there, right? So I had a flexible part of my flexible hips and butt area and groin, but my chest, neck, and shoulders were not. And I got injured right in between where the two connect, okay? My back. Not badly, but I was out for a few weeks. Finish that in a minute here. Let's go change sides here. All right, change sides. Put the other leg forward. So we're doing long 2-minute stretches here so that we really sink into it. Start. So what I'm recommending is, obviously you do this class. And if you go to the YouTube channel, you'll see that it's, I've got pretty much every day's class, every other day at least, on average. And it's the same workout because we're trying to get better at these positions. So, as you know, to get good at something, you've just got to repeat it. So that's what we're doing, repeating it and trying to get better at it. So with the stretching thing, I'm not a professional yoga teacher, but this is what I've learned about opening the hips, is this sort of process. But I would say that I would recommend, let me finish that part. I would recommend a full hour yoga on top of this so that you don't just concentrate on your hips, but you concentrate on the full body, right? So after I'm done with this and I turn the camera off, I work on my shoulders now, my chest, my back, and calves and everything for about 45 minutes, just to even it all out. Okay. But what's it good for? The hips part, maybe you do an extra 20% of your hips on top of your yoga workout, then they're really going to be good. But the hips obviously going to help your game because you're going to get more range. It's going to be a better tool, right? The flexibility will be a better tool. But it also helps, especially with the full body yoga, it's going to help with injury prevention. So we talked about those neck twists early on. That's strengthening the area with muscle to help support it. Especially if you get punched in the face, that'll help. By having a strong neck, help keep you from getting knocked out as badly. Because his jaw is connected it's all connected. And this is maintenance as well. So the only way to get good at jiu-jitsu is to stay on the mat. And if you're injured, one of those guys that gets injured all the time, then it's just you're never going to really advance. Good. Let's sit down. Let's just get the kinks out in the hips by doing this. Just because. Got 2 more stretches and then we're done. All right. Let's put our legs out like this, like such. Use our hands to spider walk our feet out. Walking, pushing our legs out that way. We're trying to do the splits this way. Okay. And now we reach behind our butt, push our hips forward, keeping our heels on the mat. We're in a nice stretch here in the middle. I'm going to turn the timer on now. And that's why we're doing the 2-minute stretching. Really, we want to actually make this kind of hurt. Okay? Make it hurt. Make all these hurt, really. Our body's warmed up. It's a safer time to do it when they're warmed up. You know, our joints and ligaments and muscles and everything are warmed up. So we can really make some gains here. Yeah. Minute 30 left. So the lockout, I mean, the advantage of it is it's opened my eyes to this neglect we were paying not paying attention to, which was this connection to the mat, right? This kind of like how warm-ups are. You know, we do them so quickly without thought, without the idea of gaining in them, right? Like if we're going to do a bridge, let's try and make it 20% more explosive, the bridge, right? We're only going to do that if when you're bridging, you're thinking about pushing it further, not just getting through the warm-up. Getting through the warm-up is just like, this is boring, and you're just trying to get through it. It's the same bridge every day. But if you go, can I get my hips up a millimeter today more than yesterday, or at least feel it? That's going to take you down the road of having a bridge that's more explosive. The rolling hips, if you're able to get that rotation faster and snappier, right? And the way your feet are connecting with the mat as you're passing, that's going to improve your passing. Right? Think about that when you do this. Four seconds. Make it hurt. Good. All right, last one. Last one. And it's just this butterfly here. Look, I can take my hands and go like this. We're just opening the hips. Or if you're still up here, use your elbows and you start bending down. Just a groin stretch, you know this. But don't just do it to hang out, right? I'm starting the clock now. Don't just do it to hang out because, you know, usually in class you do it before class and you're just hanging out and you're chilling. Really make some gains here by pushing down and hard into it. Okay, bending forward, letting your weight really stretch that groin area out. Now, today's Thursday. This is the last class at 11 o'clock Spanish time that I'm going to do because Monday we're allowed to open our schools here. We've got one in El Toro, which is on the seaside, by the way. If you ever come out to visit, come say hi. That's the beach one, and then we've got one in the city, right, in Palma. And but we can open them Monday, but not to regular classes, right? It was very specific and very careful. Basically, students can have pick a partner, and they can have the gym, the whole place to themselves for an hour, and just do some non-contact training with that person. So that's the best we can do, but I need to kind of overlook that and make sure I'm mopping up and keeping the place clean and all that, being very careful. So Monday, I'm starting that. I'm going to be at the gyms all day, and Jack Clover, the assistant instructor, will be the other one. So that's what we're doing. But tomorrow is Friday, and that class will be at 7 o'clock p.m. Spanish time, and it will be on Zoom with our affiliate school, our main school, which is Grand Union, based in the UK, who was my master, which is Cesar Lima de Salsa, gave me my black belt. I went from white belt to black belt with him, you know, in the UK. And we're still part of the same team. Wouldn't want it any other way. Get that stretch in, but if you want to join that class, you know, Grand Union has really jumped up with this online learning stuff. Then send me a message, and I'll I'll send you the login details, and you can join the class, and then we can have a chat. I like to talk, you can tell. All right, guys, good, excellent. Let's get the kinks out of the wrist, out of the hip joint. I really notice after watching these back sometimes how bad I mix up words, so apologize for that. Anyway, it was a good run, guys. Special thanks to guys like Tony and Greg, who've out there been joining a lot of the classes. I know that a lot of people watch the recording, but thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully see you tomorrow night. If not, you're welcome to come to Mallorca and stop by any of our gyms, and I can help you out with restaurant recommendations, where to stay. Before you book a hotel, just send me a message so you can stay near the gym and walk to everywhere. All right, guys, peace and love. I love you all. I'm going to turn this off now. See you soon. And now, bye-bye.